Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the road trip ready trivia quiz made to be played in the car. Today's episode is number 948, the category Friday Night Pub Quiz number 31. This is a 21 question random knowledge trivia quiz where all the questions come from random categories. There's some hard ones, there's some easy ones, and everything in between. Let's get started with question 1. Examples of these include the Basawas in Nicaragua, the Bislay in India, and the Ituri in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. These places have a top layer called emergent above a canopy, understory, and floor. And up to 75% of Earth's species live in what places? The Basawas in Nicaragua is a rainforest. Rainforest is the answer. Question number 2. What is the term that can be used for either a legal notice that a person is being charged with a petty offense such as a traffic violation, or an official statement of the accomplishments of someone being honored? One word, two definitions, one good, one bad. What's the word we're looking for? The answer is a citation. Question number 3. The cestiest one of these in Rome was built in the 1st century for a magistrate and formed part of the city defenses. The Cholula one of these in Mexico is the largest by volume in the world, and the African Nubian civilization built 220 of what kind of structure? Some with slant angles as steep as 70 degrees. The Cholula is the largest by volume in the world. The answer is a pyramid. Question number 4. The French words for pretty red that described a red flag flown by French buccaneers may give us the term for what skull and crossbones on a black background most commonly associated with being flown by pirates. What is the term for the skull and crossbones on a black background flag flown by pirates? From the French Joli Rouge, the answer is the Jolly Roger. Question number 5. One character in this book says he did 10 hours of lessons on the first day, 9 the next, and so on. That's why they're called lessons, he says, because the time lessens each day. The caucus race in what Lewis Carroll book is one with no start, no end, and prizes for everyone? What is that Lewis Carroll book? The answer is Alice in Wonderland. Question number 6. Act 5, Scene 1 of this play shows a gravedigger with the skull of Yorick, a former jester at Elsinore Castle. The title character dies after a sword duel with Laertes after contemplating suicide during the to be or not to be speech. What is this Shakespearean play about a prince in Denmark? The answer is Hamlet. Question number 7. In ancient times, the Chinese invented one of these using lodestone to arrange buildings according to feng shui harmony principles. One of these can be used with a sextant to calculate latitude, and the gyrotype of what instrument is common on today's ships? The instrument we're looking for is a compass. Question number 8. A group of these is called a blessing, and in myth one could be tamed by a virgin. Denmark's royal throne was said to be made of these creatures, and Harry Potter serves detention by searching the forbidden forest for one of what kind of creature whose blood is used by Voldemort for strength? The answer is a unicorn. Question number 9. Winslow Homer's Summer Squall is an example of what kind of painting that depicts coastlines, oceans, or waves, similar to the way in which the countryside is shown in a landscape? In a landscape painting, they show the land, and in a seascape painting, they show the sea. Seascape is what we're looking for. Question number 10. This character appears with Jules of Opar, the Golden Lion, and the Leopard Men in a 25-book series by Edgar Rice Burroughs. What man's parents were marooned in Africa and whose son Jack takes the name of Korak the Killer? Edgar Rice Burroughs was the author of the Tarzan stories. Tarzan is the answer. Question number 11. Renee Fleming, who performs as Countess Almaviva in The Marriage of Figaro, and Maria Callas, who performed Tosca, were two opera singers that sang what voice part, which often has the highest notes? Both of those opera singers were sopranos. Soprano is the answer. Question number 12. While the ancient Greek playwright Aristophanes was known for his comedies, writers such as Sophocles and Euripides were known for creating what kind of popular plays that show humans suffering? I don't know why those are popular. Plays that show humans suffering are not comedies, they are tragedies. Tragedies is the answer. Question number 13. In the classic folktale, who is recruited by a Maghreb sorcerer and ultimately marries Badroulbadour, the emperor's daughter, after being given a ring to avoid traps in a cave containing a mystical treasure? In modern versions of this story, Badroulbadour is known as Jasmine, which means the sorcerer is known as Jafar, which means the answer is Aladdin. Aladdin is the answer. Question number 14. These are the primary components of the lithosphere. Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic are the classes of what geologic substance that comes in varieties like pumice, basalt, and granite? These last 4 questions have had a ton of hard to pronounce words and names. The primary components of the lithosphere? Rock. Rock is the answer. Question number 15. What birds, coming in great horn, screech, snowy, and barn varieties, can rotate their heads an impressive 270 degrees, but, contrary to popular myth, cannot turn it all the way around? Went from several very hard questions to what kind of bird comes in great horn, screech, snowy, and barn varieties. This one's kinda easy. The answer is an owl. Owls are the answer. Question number 16. Charles Darwin was a naturalist on what ship that traveled to the Galapagos, also the name of a dog breed thought to have been derived from southern hounds that includes the Peanuts character Snoopy? What's the name of the ship and the type of dog that Snoopy is? Charles Darwin traveled on a ship called the Beagle. Beagle is the answer. Question number 17. The Tianlong that guard heavenly places, Shenlong that control the weather, and Huanglong that protect emperors are 3 of the 9 types of what Chinese mythical creatures popular in stories and tales from that country? The Tianlong, the Shenlong, and the Huanglong are 3 of the 9 types of what creature? Those are all dragons. Question number 18. The Comstock Lode, a rich deposit of silver, was named for Henry Comstock, who was a part owner of the property on which it was discovered in June of 1859. In what American state was the Comstock Lode discovered? Almost as popular as the California Gold Rush, the Comstock Lode was right next door in Nevada. Question 19. In a 2006 video game, this company's mascot, who has a subservient chicken, must sneak up behind people and offer food, and it helped create the mobile games Flip My Bun and Fry a Soul. The Croissantwich, the Stacker, and the Tender Grill are products sold at what home of the Whopper? The answer is Burger King. And question 20. The main character of this work remembers sitting alone in the schoolhouse reading about Alibaba and Robinson Crusoe. In the final chapter of what Dickens story does the main character catch a worker arriving 18 minutes late and, in an out-of-character move, raises the worker's salary? That is towards the end of A Christmas Carol. All right, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of ROADTRIpVIA. It was number 948. The category was Friday Night Pub Quiz number 31. Now, we have over 1,400 episodes on the trivia channel already, almost 1,500. And the pub quiz trivias are some of the most popular that we do. So we have a ton of Friday night pub quiz, but we also have specific category where instead of 21 random questions, we have very specific categories that you could do, like presidents or states or books. So just subscribe to the channel, follow along, new trivia all the time. Now let's get ready for question 21 today, the tiebreaker. The original version aired in the UK and was hosted by Chris Tarrant. The following year, Regis Philbin hosted the first US version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? What year was this first US episode aired? It came 1 year after the UK version. The answer is 1999. Whichever player got closest to 1999 is going to win the point. And if there was a tie after question 20, whoever won that point just won the whole game. Congratulations. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.